good is it to have A.J. Minter in the fold?
Really good. This is a guy that brings a lot of experience, especially being left-handed. Bunch of playoff experience, high leverage guy, can get lefties and righties out, so he's huge for our bullpen.
Carlos, you've sang the praises of Pete, his ability to play every single day. Have you thought about what life without a first baseman that goes out there every single day has meant, and what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I haven't think much about that, to be honest with you. He's a guy that posts every day. I play 162, and as a manager, that's a good feeling to have when you can count it on a player that regardless of how he's feeling on any particular day, he's gonna go out there and give you his best. So we'll see what happens.
Carlos, Vientos and Brett Beatty both said they're getting reps at first base. Just what would you like to see from them in that respect?
Yeah, no, look, I think he's just more getting comfortable with the footwork around the base. When he talks about fielding a ground ball and all that, that's not an issue. I think here is for them to kind of get used to the footwork and getting familiar with how to play the position and receive throws.
Carlos, for 2 weeks before spring training, is Vientos the first baseman right now, as far as what you have on the roster?
Well, we got options. We not only asked Vientos to start taking reps, we asked Beatty early in this month. And we also got some depth there. We signed Jared Young, who's got experience. Joey Meneses, he's a non-roster invite who's got big league experience. So, we got options there as we sit here right now, 2 weeks from reporting the camp. And guys are going to get the opportunity. We'll see what happens.
If that's the case, do you expect a competition at third base?
Yeah, there's always competition, but again, we like what we got, on our roster right now, and we keep saying it. Our young players are going to get opportunities, and we're looking at this position where, we got a Ronnie Mauricio, Brett Beatty, Vientos will continue to get reps at third base. Luis Angel Acuna, we also told him to get reps at third base. We know he plays short, he plays center, he played second base last year, but he's now taking ground balls at third base. So, and then there's going to be some guys that are going to be coming to camp competing for a job. So, yeah.
Carlos, this day is always an exciting day, but with the run you guys had last year, the pieces you had in the offseason, just today's fan energy feels special? Does today feel special more than in the past?
Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day. Not only you are around the players you haven't seen in in a couple months, but just seeing the excitement from our fans. And just the interactions and how appreciative they are from because of what happened last year. But last year is last year. Yeah, we had a good run, but we didn't get what we wanted to get. So our goal now, 2025, is to put ourselves in a position where we could win a championship.
Is there going to be a competition at second base, or is Jeff McNeil going to be the second baseman?
Jeff McNeil is an important part of this team. Obviously the outfield reps with the guys that we got in the outfield at the beginning is probably going to be limited. But Jeff McNeil is, as we sit here, he's a big part of this team. So, and he's having a really good offseason.
How's Senga these days?
He's doing well. He's in Japan. Our pitching coach, Jeremy Hefner, made a visit this past week to Japan and spent some time with him. And the reports that we're getting are positive. Our trainers went down there in December and visited him, and excited. And he's in a good spot right now.
Siri's the type of guy that can give you elite defense, some power numbers. His average is a little low. What do you see his role as possibly going forward this season?
Yeah, he's going to make a big impact on our team. He's going to play. He's going to play. Like you mentioned, he's an elite defender. He's got power. He can run the bases. And we're going to try and help him with some of the things that he needs to work on his swing, But I'm excited to watch him play. And yeah, he'll play an important role for us.
What are some of the reports you've heard on Clay Holmes?
Hold on.
What have been some of the reports you've heard on how Clay Holmes' transition has gone so far this offseason?
Yeah, great. I saw him a couple of days ago in Port St. Lucie. He already reported there, middle of this month. He's throwing bullpens. He's playing with different pitches, whether it's the four seam, the changeup. We know how nasty the sinker and the slider is. But as a starter, and to be able to make that transition, obviously he understands that he needs that extra pitch, and he's working on it. And the feedback is really good. He's in a good spot right now, and I'm excited for that.
You mentioned Mauricio earlier. Just how is he doing health-wise?
Good. He continues to progress. He's going through his running progression. We're gonna take it slow with him. You know, we're gonna take it slow. This is a guy that missed the whole year last year and has some setbacks. But we like where he's at physically right now. He's doing baseball activities. He's hitting in the cages. He's taking ground balls. He's throwing. And like I said, that running progression continues to get better. But we'll take our time with him at the beginning of camp.
Carlos, how's Daniel Nunez been this offseason?
Good. Knock on wood, healthy. Through some bullpens, through live VP down in the academy in the Dominican Republic. Then he just got done through kind of like a D-Lo program, but it was just like catch. Now we're going to start building him up again. So right now, all the reports and talking to him as well, he's in a good place.
What's it like for you? Just obviously last year you were kind of familiarizing yourself with the roster as a whole. This being your second year, what's that like kind of going in with the knowledge heading into spring training of kind of what you have?
Yeah, it helps big time, not only with the roster, but with the personnel, the organization. You know, first year, you're just trying to get to know people, systems, processes, and things like that. And obviously the roster and the players. But after, 1 year in and just getting to know all the personalities, a lot of the guys are back. It helps big time. I know the coaches, and they know how I like things to be done. And it's a good feeling. It's a comfortable feeling, but we need to continue to challenge each other, and we will do that.
What does it mean for you guys to have Sean Manaea back at the top of the rotation?
Huge, excited for Sean. Obviously, he earned it. This is a guy that had to work really hard and put himself in a position where he was able to get the contract he got. I'm just excited that we got him, and he's a huge part of this team, huge part of that rotation.
You guys have kind of 5 guys you can slot into the rotation. You're probably going to go 6-man a lot. Are you comfortable with the depth there, or are you kind of
Yes, very comfortable. David keeps saying it, I keep saying it. You're going to need a lot of arms to get to 162 plus, and we like, not only the top of our rotation, but we like our depth. You added a Griffin Cannon. You got Paul Blackburn, who's recovering from his injury, and then the arms that we got in the minor league. So it's an exciting group, and they are all going to contribute to this team.
Who's the most intriguing arm out of the bullpen for you going into spring training?
Oof, that's a good question. Because got some options there, but I would say all of them. I have to go back into details there, but I'm just excited that, knock on wood, guys are healthy. And that's important, and then we got a bunch of non-roster invites that are going to come into camp and then try to make an impression on all of us, and you're going to need them. Like I said, last year, there was guys that, Daniel Nunez wasn't even in big league camp, and he ended up being a huge weapon for us. So I'm excited for the group that we got, and I can't wait to get going.
That short period of time that you saw Brazovan, what do you think his ceiling is?
Great arm. He's a really good arm with a plus changeup. This is a guy that can get righties and lefties. We just got to get him consistent. He just got done playing winnable. So it's been a good off season for him, and he's a worker. He cares, and I'm excited for him too.
There's been a lot of excitement from players today about having Juan Soto in the mix. Just how can he help other players in this lineup?
Yeah, look, this is a guy that we all got to get familiar with, and see him work day in and day out, and having those conversations, whether it's in the cages, doing hitters meeting, and things like that. Everything that I'm hearing around the league and people that had him in the past is like how special this guy is when it comes down to hitting. Not a secret. We see it on the field, right? But yeah, I'm excited to get to know him and learn from him as well.
Have you thought at all about how you might deploy the lineup, people around him?
No, not at all. He's too early. We're a few weeks away before we have to report, and month. I don't know till we get to Houston for opening day. So we'll see what happens between now and then. But I really like our group, and we got some good options there. So that's a good problem to have.
Going in now, is it Winker and Marte as the DH combo?
Yeah. I mean that's fair to say. but again, we'll see. We're still a few weeks away, and we'll see what happens from now to all the way to opening day.
Carlos, you said that Jeff McNeil was going to be your starting second baseman. What role is Luis Angel Acuna going to have on the team next year?
He's gonna have a big role. He's gonna have a huge role. I said McNeil. He's gonna be a big part of our team, right? Luis Angel is right there too. We keep saying that the young players are gonna get opportunities. Luis Angel will get his. Like I said earlier, he's taking ground balls at third base, so he's part of that mix. So he shows that he can play at this level, and he will continue to get opportunities.
Is Paul throwing a ball after his spinal surgery?
Yes. He actually this past week got on the mound and some, I'm not gonna call it bullpen, but just light throws off the mound, and the intensity will pick up again this week coming up. So he's progressing well.
Couple more guys.
Carlos, what would you say is the advantage of bringing in Desi Driscoll during your time with the Yankees, along with Clay Holmes, and rekindling that relationship?
Yeah, it's huge that we were able to get Desi. These are guys that will complement with our pitching guys, Jeremy Hefner, Jose Rosado, in a lot of the things that he brings to the table. And then he's very familiar with Clay Holmes, obviously. He knows Frankie Montas, because of his experience with him when Frankie was with the Yankees. But overall, Desi is a sharp guy, very smart, and I'm excited for that.
Carlos, ¿sientes más presión